course, they have their 32nd annual bull sale they invite you to on March 9th at the ranch. And they consign to select female sales, Border City, Sensational, and Friday Night Lights. We are so thrilled to have Tyler here, wife Erin cheering him on in the sidelines. Tyler, a young cattleman who has done some pretty amazing things as young as he is and doing some really cool stuff with the Sunny Valley program. So thank you, Tyler, for being our official judge here at the Limousin Show at Farm Fair International. Assisting him in the ring, we have our second part of the duo joining us in the purebred section. So thank you to Scott Borison of Borison Marketing Services, and Dwayne Martin is also here assisting with ring work during the Limousin Show.
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Farm Fair International Martin Deerline Ring number 1 and our Limousin Show for 2021. Our first section of our Limousin Show is our percentage females. And if you want to mark a show program, please just point your device at the barcode located between each of the stands or the bleachers, and that will take you to a show program. Yesterday, Tracy said Farm Fair International is joining the digital age, and we are with our show programs in 2021. We will have a single entry percentage heifer calf, and as that is not only the single entry in the class, but in the percentage show, this class will also double as a grand championship. So once that class is completed, we'll have our percentage heifer calf champion and our grand champion percentage female. Our judge for the Limousin Show is Doug Roxburgh from Rimbey, Alberta, where along with wife Katie run Dunright Stock and Stables. Originally from Chilliwack, BC, Doug has made Alberta his home for some time now and is involved with both Maine Anjou and Angus cattle. Has been selling jackpot and 4-H steers for now over 14 years. And in recent years, he and wife Katie have created a branded DRSS beef program that is proving to be quite popular in their central Alberta area. They also have APHA and AQHA horses as part of the stables part of Dunright Stock and Stables. And Doug is also a beef consultant with Bullseye and More Than Just Feed as one of their most sought-after nutritionists. Doug is an outstanding service provider to individuals who are looking for the best possible feed solutions for their operations, whether you're talking cow-calf operations or getting bulls ready for sale or supplementing calves. He knows his way around a show ring, and he knows his way around both commercial and show cattle. So we're very happy to have Doug Roxburgh as our Limousin judge at Farm Fair International 2021. He's going to be assisted in the ring by Tyler Stewart. We're very happy to have Jackie Payne actually marshalling, and Tiffany Richmond working with young Ms. Martins doing our administrative work. Your Limousin Show is on, ladies and gentlemen, and Judge Roxburgh, your class is complete. Davis Reardon Embryo Transplants has been a long-time supporter of Farm Fair International, and they provide embryo transfer services through Western Canada and their donor center near Crossfield, Alberta. They welcome inquiries about their services. Dr. Shireman and crew provide top quality service and are very proud of their long-term association with Farm Fair International.
And Rob, over in the Martin Deerline ring, we are ready for comments on our junior heifer calves from Judge Tyler Libke.
A really high quality red heifer calf to start off this purebred show. Heifer calf that I really like. She's got lots of length of body. She's real deep. She's got lots of springer rib to her. Gets out and moved, tracks very well on a good set of feet and legs. Heifer calf that comes to the top of the class quite handily. Follow in with this black heifer calf in second place. Here's a real easy doing heifer calf that's got real good set of feet underneath of her. Really like this heifer calf up through that front third. A heifer calf that maybe wants to rise that top on the move a little bit. A heifer that I'd like to change that teat placement and that length of teat underneath of her, but a real good individual to fall in the second hole. Black heifer calf in third place. A real eye-appealing heifer calf, a heifer calf that grabs your attention right away when she comes in the ring. Got lots of depth of rib to her, lots of springer rib to her. A calf that gives up a little bit of that shape, a little bit of that lower quarter to the two heifer calves above her. Got two really well-matched heifer calves, two red heifer calves down at the bottom of the class. Heifer calves that are real elegant up through that front end. They got long level tops to them, real square in that hip. Heifer calves that just both get outpowered a little bit by the three calves above them today.
Thank you very much, Judge Libke, and our Simmental show. Tracy will provide a full rundown of that class, but first we'll have comments in ring number 1 from Judge Doug Roxburgh.
Well, good morning, everyone. On behalf of myself, I'd like to thank the Limousin Association for having me come out and evaluate the cattle here today. It's certainly a privilege to get to do so, and certainly do enjoy it. And it's great to see everybody out and about, as the world's been going around and getting back to a little bit of some normal. So not a huge amount of cattle here in the Limousin show, but I think the depth of quality that we see within this first female is extremely strong. Really appreciate her for her length of spine and her depth of body. She's got some muscle patterns starting to come to her. She's starting to express a little bit of more muscle dimension in through that rear hip, but she ties it together really well and up through that front shoulder, and we appreciate how she comes into that neck and head. When she gets out and travels, this heifer is extremely sound and really fluid in terms of her movement, and we just really appreciate this female here to start the class here.
Thank you, Judge Roxburgh. First place, our percentage heifer calf champion and grand champion percentage female is XL Polled Passion 119J, entry number 1587 for XL Ranches Limited, the Miller family of Westlock, Alberta. We'll move now into our junior heifer calf class of our Limousin show. But Tracy, please tell us about that junior heifer calf class of the Simmental show.
Well, thank you, Rob. We did declare our junior heifer calf champion. That was entry 1962, BLI RNBW Scream 86J. That was exhibited by SIBL Simmentals and Redbow Red Angus. Our reserve junior heifer calf champion entry 1919 was JT Dirty Affair 34J from JT Livestock. Third in class entry 1976, TSC Golden Girl 49J from Tierra Soul Cattle Company. Fourth in class entry 1980, Ty D JK NJAA Drama Queen 55J from Tidy Livestock. And in fifth place from Sievertson Land and Cattle, SLC Certainly Flirtin 82J. That was entry 1951. So the next class into our Martin Deerline ring number 2, Rob, is going to be our intermediate heifer calf division. These are the heifers born in February. Our February born purebred Simmental heifers.
Driving Force is your go-to transportation solution. Whether you're looking to rent, lease, or buy a vehicle, Driving Force has you covered. Visit drivingforce.ca or stop by a branch and speak with one of their experts. Driving Force. Now you're getting somewhere. And ladies and gentlemen, in ring number 2, Martin Deerline ring number 2, there are 3 entries in our Limousin Junior Heifer Calf show, and Judge Roxburgh, your class is complete. Two of our outstanding service providers, folks, at Farm Fair International 2021 are our official show broadcasters, DLMS, who are taking Farm Fair International truly abroad by broadcasting our shows around the world. We're very, very proud and extremely fortunate to have the professionalism of DLMS, the Sholigan family, and the rest of the DLMS team bringing Farm Fair truly international once again this year. At one point yesterday, there were over 200 folks from all points of the world that were watching, and we will expect that to grow over the course of the 4 days as we grow momentum in our shows leading up to our Supreme Saturday. And as well, we also want to acknowledge Show Champions, our official photographer of Farm Fair International 2021. Alan Browarney and team have been involved in Farm Fair since its inception, and we're very proud to have them back once again. If you are looking for on-farm support or on-ranch support, DLMS can assist you with broadcasting, creating videos to put on your social media sites or on your websites. They can also assist with broadcasting your on-farm events like sales. Show Champions can take the best pictures that you're ever going to see of your animals for use in any form of advertising, print, any type of social media, as well as on your websites or for your sale catalogs or for Christmas, if that's what you're after. They do all kinds of pictures, and you know that when the Show Champion brand is on it, it is the best. From agriculture technology to brewmaster and brewery management, discover an exciting career at Olds College. Applications now open. Visit oldscollege.ca for more information. And we're ready with comments now in ring number 2 from Judge Doug Roxburgh on his Limousin Show, First Class Junior Heifer Calves.
Well, I think for just getting started here today, we certainly appreciate the depth of quality within these three animals. This heifer that came to the top of the class for me, she was just kind of one that caught my eye as she came walking in. You just appreciated for how bold she was in through that rear hip structure, yet she was still fluid enough in terms of her movement. I really appreciated how she got out and walked and traveled. She's really kind of tightens up through that shoulder, ties it into her head and neck extremely well. Just an overall really balanced female that I really appreciate. I could maybe argue I'd like to maybe set a little bit more heel into her. She does get a little bit softer, but you know, in terms of that, that's what really helps get her out and travel extremely well like she does. Really, really nice female to start off the class, but that's certainly not to take anything away from this heifer in second. This heifer in second, when she gets in here on the side profile, you just really appreciate the overall length of spine, the mass, the muscle that she has, but she still puts it together in a really feminine package for a female that's got the frame to her that she does. She still gets out and travels extremely well, and we just appreciate how she comes together. She kind of maybe just falls into second, just maybe not as soft as the heifer in first, but we really appreciate this heifer in second for sure. The heifer that rounds out the class, a little bit younger heifer, just a heifer that just kind of gets outpowered here today, you know, in comparison to the two above her. But again, we appreciate all the right components about her. She gets out and travels extremely well. Length of spine, she's got some muscle development starting to come. I think a heifer that's just, you know, a little bit younger and a little bit more behind in terms of her maturity compared to the two above her, but a really nice heifer that comes into third as well.
And thank you, Judge Roxburgh. We'll go through full placings on our junior heifer calf in the Limousin Show, but Tracy, I think you're ready with comments on our Simmental side.
Quite a variation of type and kind here in this heifer calf class. I think a heifer calf, this red calf that he chose to start the class with, comes to the top pretty handily. Heifer calf that grabs your attention right when she comes in. Real long-spined female, a female that gets out and moves really, really well. She's really well balanced. She's very complete. One that's very, very hard to pick a hole in. A big stout red heifer in second place here. Here's a heifer that you got to appreciate a lot about her. She's extremely powerful. She's got a lot of grow to her. She's deep-ribbed, really sound on the move. A female that if you were to change, you'd extend through that front end. Just give her a little bit more stretch through that front third. But I think a heifer calf that's got a lot of production ahead of her. Black heifer calf down in third place here. A little bit plainer headed heifer calf, a heifer that you would like to give a little bit more eye appeal. You clean up that underline just a hair. But I think a really stout made heifer calf, a heifer calf that's sound on the move, a heifer calf that's going to make a tremendous cow. Red heifer calf down in fourth place. Here's a real stout made female, a female that's got lots of hip shape to her. The lower quarter, female that just a little bit plainer in that front end, real moderate in her makeup, a female that just gives up that eye appeal and structural soundness to compete with the heifers above her today. Red heifer down in fifth place, real long spined calf, a calf that's real clean up through that front end. Heifer calf that would like to strengthen that top just a little bit, just free her up in her movement. She gets a little choppy on the move. Real strong class of heifer calves. Thank you.
Thank you, Tyler. So our intermediate heifer calf champion entry 1940 is RF Cream Soda 1132J from Rancier Farms, and our reserve intermediate heifer calf champion entry 1921 from LRE Simmental Farms with LRE Lady J. Third in class entry 1953 BLI Jasmine 2109J from SIBL Simmentals. Fourth in class entry 1889 with HAH Attitude Princess 808J from Bailey Cattle Company, and fifth in class entry 1986 from Ty D Livestock with Ty D Sangria 39J. So Rob, that does it for our intermediate championship. We will have our first split of senior heifer calves next, but you have some results to share over in ring number one.
We do, Tracy. In Martin Deerline ring number one, we have completed our Limousin junior heifer calf class, where first place in our junior heifer calf champion is PLNS Jolene 13J from the Porter family of Wainwright, Alberta and Plains Limousin. Entry number 1597 is our junior heifer calf champion, and will be coming back in for our grand champion female class. And she'll be accompanied by NEM Jinx 31J from Richmond Ranch, Brandon and Samantha Nemitz of Rumsey, Alberta. That is our reserve junior heifer calf champion, MEM Jinx 31J 1602. Third place to Kowalchuk's Super Joy, entry number 1579, Bar Diamond K and the Kowalchuk family of Willingdon. In our Limousin show ring now are our senior heifer calves. 4 entries in the class and 4 entries in the ring for Judge Doug Roxburgh. The professional bull riders return to Edmonton. It's the PBR Canadian National Finals this Friday and Saturday. That's tomorrow and the next day, live at Rogers Place. It's the most exciting 8 seconds in sports. Get your tickets now at Ticketmaster.ca and the box office.
Judge Lipke, we have 3 splits of senior heifer calves. So essentially this split is from January 18th to January 31st is the age split for this first of 3 senior heifer calf classes.
I know that Daryl Leppa is once again in the barns today after their big sponsorship of Legends of the Fall yesterday. He represents Bow Valley Genetics, a complete bovine reproductive center who care for the client needs and strive for full genetic potential. Bow Valley Genetics is partnered with WestGen, Canada's oldest artificial insemination cooperative that is 100% farmer-owned. Bow Valley Genetics, proud sponsor of Farm Fair International 2021. And ladies and gentlemen, in Martin Deerline ring number 1, we're ready with comments now on the senior Limousin Heifer Calf class. Here's Judge Doug.
A little bit of variation in maybe the type and kind within this class here, but I think this heifer that comes out to win the class here maybe isn't the heifer that, you know, when I envision her in my mind as being a, you know, a true blue limo. She's maybe just a little bit designed a little bit differently. I think ultimately good cattle are just good cattle. When you get this animal out on the move, you know, she's really nice in terms of how she gets out and travels. She's maybe a little bit straighter up on the front toes compared to some of the heifers, but you know, behind her, but she's really soft through that shoulder. She's big through that lower belly. She's got that extension. She's overall balanced extremely well. I could maybe argue to make her a rib longer, but I think a heifer that tucks that tail head in nicely has a really nice presence from the side profile, but certainly doesn't disappoint when you get out and travel with this female. I think an animal that just wins the class here today. You know, we got a pair of heifers in the middle, this black and then this red. I think maybe some heifers that type a little bit more similar. I think for me, the black heifer came into second. Just the way that the rear wheel structure was placed underneath her when she got out and traveled, I just appreciated how she set down on that rear foot just a little bit better than maybe the red heifer that comes in third. Both females have some length of spine. You can start to see that that mass and expression in through that muscle shape in through the rear end, but still put feminine packages together. I think for me, it was just that black heifer was maybe a little bit truer, maybe a little bit more honest in terms of how she got out and traveled. Really, really nice for in the third. You know, kind of like we said, pattern's nice compared to the black one. Just had maybe a little bit softer heel and got a little bit more under herself when she traveled. And then the female that rounds out the class, you know, just a heifer that maybe just gets a little bit outpowered. She's got all the right components to her. She gets out and travels really well. She's really fluid in terms of that movement. She's maybe just a female that's just a little bit flatter in terms of her muscle pattern compared to the females today. But really, really nice class.
Thank you, Judge Roxburgh. We'll give you complete placings in a moment, including our senior heifer calf champions. But in Martin Deerline ring number 2, Judge Tyler Libke is ready with comments on his first of 2 splits of senior Simmental heifer calves.
A tremendous split of January heifer calves here. I think we've got 2 tremendous individuals to start this class. I think it comes down to personal preference and type and kind for what a person's looking for. And I think the heifer calf that wins the class just is a little bit more my kind to best describe it. She's really complete. She's bold sprung. She's got a tremendous top on her. She's big hipped. She's got lots of lower quarters. She's real easy moving. She's just complete in every way from every angle. Extremely complete calf in second place too. When I tell you about my kind, this one's maybe just a little bit prettier. She doesn't have that true power, that true cow look to her for me. She's maybe just comes at me a bit more of a show heifer than a bull producer, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I think that like I said, it's all in what you're looking for. She's extremely complete in her makeup. You really can't find a fault in this heifer. She's long spine. She's got lots of lower quarters. She's bold sprung. Really good on the move. I think that you could go either way with these first 2 heifer calves, and you'll be wrong or you'd be right every time. And it all depends what you're looking for. Good individual here in third place with this black heifer calf. She's really stout made. She's big hipped. Calf that gets out and moves really well. Calf that gets a little bit bolder shoulder for me. I'd like to maybe soften her up in that middle third and give her a little bit more spring of rib, a little bit more depth of rib, but I think a very good individual. Red heifer calf down in fourth. I think that's a very, very good class of heifer calves. A calf like this doesn't fall fourth in very many classes, but I think she hit some pretty tough competition today. You really like her on the move. You like that center body in her. She's got lots of depth of rib to her. A calf that you'd like to give a little bit more base width, a little bit more lower quarter to her, but I think one that's going to make a tremendous cow. Most moderate framed heifer calf rounds out the class. A calf that's real level topped, real strong top, that got lots of lower third to her. A calf that just gets outpowered for the class today. Thank you.
Thank you, Tyler. So advancing to our senior heifer calf champion is the entry from Greenwood Cattle with NGDB Cream Soda 354J. That's entry 2038. And also advancing entry 1893 Black Gold Mist Soda Pop 134J from Black Gold Simmental. In third place, entry 1924 LLC Crush 2110J from Limousin Cattle, Land and Cattle. In fourth place, entry 1912 RJY Copper Eva 39J from High Country Cattle Services. And fifth, entry 2037 Ty D DAS Royalty 32J from Ty D Livestock. And Rob, we're having the second of 3 splits over here in our Simmental Senior Heifer Calf ring, but I understand that Greenwood had champion in the ring number 1 and ring number 2.
That is correct. Judge Doug Roxburgh saw his senior heifer calf class leave the ring, but we will give you those placings now. He's currently judging the lone yearling class, and our grand champion female class will follow this. There are 3 in your show program and 3 in the ring, so Judge Roxburgh's current class is complete, but his last class featured entry number 1590, Greenwood Riviera 81J. From the Payne family of Greenwood cattle at Lloydminster, Saskatchewan, Greenwood Riviera 81J is our senior heifer calf champion. She'll be headed to the grand champion class and be joined by Plains Limousin with PLNS Jane Doe 32J, entry number 1598. From the Porter family of Wainwright, Alberta is our reserve senior champion female, senior champion heifer calf. In third place in the senior heifer calf class, entry 1599, PLNS Jade 48JET from Plains Limousin. And in fourth spot, XL Ranches Limited, the Millers of Westlock, with XL's Amber 107J, entry 1588. What Judge Doug Roxburgh has in the ring now are the final pieces of his puzzle that'll make up his grand champion female class of the Limousin Show. The final female class, the yearling heifer, first and second in this will be our junior and reserve junior champion.
Rob, over in the Martin Deer line, ring number 2, we have the second split of senior heifer calves. For Judge Lipke's purpose, our age range is 4 days. It is January 13th to January 17th amongst our 5 entries in this class.
Coming back to Edmonton soon. Book your hotel through edmontonsbesthotels.com and get rewarded for doing so. From free gas cards to shopping, dining, and more. Edmonton's Best Hotels, proud sponsor of Farm Fair International 2021. And Judge Doug Roxburgh is ready with comments on his yearling heifer class, also his junior championship, folks. Doug Roxburgh.
Well, a really nice set of 3 cattle that come out here and really well presented. I think this heifer that kind of comes to the top of the class, she's just kind of the complete package. You just appreciate that power that she has. You appreciate how tight through that shoulder she is and carries that an extension up into that front end. You know, maybe not the longest spine in the class, but I think one that's maybe the most true in terms of her balance. I just appreciate that hook to pin placement and how she tucks that tail head down. When you get this heifer out on the move for a heifer that has the mass and the capacity that she does, she still gets out and travels extremely well. Heifer that comes in second, I think, you know, pairs really nice with the one in third. I think the difference for me was I was just looking at that heifer in third. She's maybe a little bit more extreme on that tail head placement. You know, that heifer in second has, I think, a lot of the same characteristics that we see in first. You know, big barreled, really smooth, got some expression in through that muscle shape, but really ties it nice in through that front shoulder. You know, these heifers second and third, I mean, they're just a rib longer in terms of their length, and I think just have true mother cow, you know, qualities about them going down the road. They're maybe just a little bit more rugged compared to the female that wins the class here.
And thank you very much, Judge Roxburgh. First place in our junior yearling champion or junior champion, entry 1584, Boss Lake Ms. Pillow Talk 008H from the Boss crew of Boss Lake Genetics at Parkland County, Alberta. She'll be coming right back into the ring for our grand champion female drive. And so will Martin's Heidi 80H, entry 1594 from Martin's Livestock of the Martin's crew at Strasbourg, Saskatchewan, our junior reserve champion, entry 1594. And in third place, entry 1596, PLNS Hennessy 69H from Plains Limousin, the Porters at Wainwright. So our next class in ring number 1 will be our grand champion Limousin female drive, where Judge Doug Roxburgh will look for his grand and reserve grand champion. And of course, that important grand champion female will represent the Limousin Show at Supreme Saturday and the Alberta Supreme right here at Farm Fair International 2021. Between all the events at Farm Fair International, there's a whole dynamic city just waiting to be discovered. Let Explore Edmonton be your guide to the city's best experiences. Learn more at exploreedmonton.com. For those of us that have loved Farm Fair International for as many years as we have, the fact that Explore Edmonton has given it a new life is something that is extremely important to us and that we'll never forget. And in ring number 1 now, we will reintroduce you to those contenders for our Grand Champion female class. Our Junior Heifer Calf Champion is entry number 1597. PLNS Jolene 13J from the Porter family of Plains Limousin at Wainwright, Alberta. Our Reserve Junior Heifer Calf Champion is Richmond Ranch Brandon and Samantha Nemitz of Rumsey, Alberta with NEM Jinx 31J, entry 1602. Our Senior Heifer Calf Champion is Greenwood Riviera 81J, entry 1590 from Greenwood Cattle of the Payne Crew at Lloydminster, Saskatchewan. And our Reserve Senior Heifer Calf Champion is the Porters of Plains Limousin with PLNS Jane Doe 32J, entry 1598 at Wainwright, Alberta. Our Junior Champion Female or Yearling Champion Female comes next, and that is entry number 1584, Boss Lake Ms. Pillow Talk 008H from the Boss family of Parkland County, Alberta's Boss Lake Genetics. And our Reserve Junior Champion, Martin's Heidi 80H, entry 1594, Martin's family from Strasbourg, Saskatchewan, Martin's Livestock. In ring number 2, folks, brought to us by Martin Deerline, this is the Grand Champion Limousin female class. And we're ready with comments now on the second of the 3 splits in our Simmental show. In ring number 1 from Judge Tyler Libke.
I think we've got 2 very strong red heifer calves to start this class. 2 very well matched heifer calves. Went with the one up in first place. Really like the depth of body she's got, the Springer rib, big square hip on this female. That's where she comes to the top hole for me, is in that hip. Just a bit stouter in that pin set. Real easy doing heifer. Lots of depth of rib. Just my kind of female. Red heifer in second place. Like I say, real close placing. She's real elegant up through that front third. She's long, level-topped female. Got lots of depth of rib to her. Really like the foot under this calf. Lots of bone to her. Just like I said, just gives up a little bit of in that pin spread and that hip shape to the leadoff calf. A big stout red blaze face calf down here in third place. I really like this calf. There's a lot of good about her. I think one that's going to make a tremendous cow down the road. Lots of Springer rib to her. She's a big stout calf. Gets out and moves really, really well. Calf that maybe just is a little bit different in type. She gets just a little bit bigger in frame than the 2 calves that win the class. Black heifer down in fourth place. Really like this calf. She's extremely stout. She's very powerful. You can definitely see a herd bull in this one's future. A female that's got a very good foot under her. I really like how she moves. Just like to change up that front third just a little bit. She's a little bit plainer up through that head and in through that neck. Other than that, just a tremendous female. Black heifer calf down in fifth place here. Real long spined, real eye appealing calf. A calf that just gets outpowered a little bit by the calves in front of her. Not as stout made. Doesn't have the lower quarter that the calves above her do.
Thank you very much, Judge Libke. Tracy will provide full analysis of that class based on its placings in just a few moments' time. But first, let's hear from Judge Doug Roxburgh on his Grand Champion Limousin Show.
Over here in the Limousin ring here, let's give these exhibitors a round of applause. Just a truly exceptional set of cattle that they brought here to town. We certainly understand the amount of time and money and effort it takes to these and present these cattle the way they have. And I think for me, as I look through the classes that have come back here into the terms of their placings, I'm just kind of looking at the overall consistency that we have within the cattle, and we've talked about them in their own individual classes. So I'm going to go and select my Grand Champion and then my Reserve.
Thank you, Judge Roxburgh. We're looking for Doug's selection to represent the Limousin breed on Supreme Saturday. And the talk about this heifer isn't just in the bedroom. Our grand champion female is Boss Lake Ms. Pillow Talk 008H for Kyle and Brittany Boss of Boss Lake Genetics, Parkland County, Alberta, entry 1584. Our junior champion is our grand champion Limousin female, receiving the awards from and our reserve grand champion will be our senior heifer calf champion. Congratulations to the Payne family of Greenwood Cattle, Greenwood Riviera 81J, entry number 1590. Our senior heifer calf champion from Greenwoods is our reserve grand champion female. Getting the awards from Jessa Martins. Congratulations, and go off for pictures, folks. Now, Tracy, please bring us up to speed on ring number 2, the Simmental Show.
Well, absolutely, Rob. The third of 3 splits is in right now, but to recap our split number 2, our class winner was brought to you by City View Simmentals with entry 1899. That was City View Miss Jewel 66J. She advanced to our final class, and also joining her from Walgren Farms is WF Cream Soda 64J, entry 1988. Third in class, entry 1959, Moe's Make-A-Wish 95J. That's exhibited by Silversmith Farms Limited. And in fourth place, entry 1933, that's Dunk Diamond 610J from Pearson Farms. And fifth in class, from KD Simmentals, that's entry 1920, KALARI Girl 6J. So what we have in the ring right now is the third and final split of senior heifer calves. For Judge Lipke, of these 6 entries, we have from January 1st to January 9th. So an 8-day spread in these heifers, our last and final senior Simmental heifer calf class.
As Canada's first bank, BMO's roots in the agriculture industry go back over 200 years, when they first began working with farmers to support and expand our nation's agriculture industry. Today, BMO is proud to be the largest non-government lender to the ag sector in North America and provides comprehensive financial solutions to Canada's agribusiness owners. Visit bmo.com/AG to learn more. Just a note, ladies and gentlemen, that at 11 o'clock there will be a Remembrance Day commemoration that takes place here through the entirety of Expo Center. So folks, please just be prepared for that. It'll be happening in about 15 minutes. Visit your Alberta Ram dealer's booth in the Edmonton Expo Center Gallery and check out their award-winning line of pickups with incredible offers during the Ram Power Discount Days.
And you know, Rob, if there's anybody that has questions about a show program that's ringside and wants to check out what's happening, you can go to the QR code at any of the little stands around there and just take your camera out like you're going to take a picture, and if you hover over that QR code, show program will just magically appear on your phone. So if you want to follow along digitally, you're more than welcome to do that if you don't have access to a hard copy program. But with that, folks, we're going to have comments from Judge Tyler Lipke on this third and final split of senior heifer calves.
I really like this blaze face heifer calf that I used to start the class. A female that catches your attention right away when she comes in. She's got lots of eye appeal. A female that's really bold sprung. She's extremely stout and massive in every way. But for a female that is as massive and bold sprung as she is, man, she can move. She gets out and travels extremely well. She's got a good foot under. Just a calf that I really like. Black heifer calf down in second here. Another really complete individual. She's good in her line. She's real level topped. Good hip and lots of lower quarter to her. Calf that just maybe gets outpowered. Isn't maybe quite got the eye appeal and attractiveness that the calf above her does. Another really good black blaze face heifer calf down in third place here. A female that's really correct, really well balanced. A female that that's got a real big hip on her. She gets out and travels really well. Just gives up a little bit of the body, a little bit of the mass to the two heifer calves above her. Good stout red heifer calf down here in fourth place. A calf that's got lots of length of spine. She's really good footed. She gets out and moves really well. A female that I just like to change up and over that top in through that loin to stand any higher today. Really like this full blood heifer calf down in fifth place here. A calf that gets out and moves really well. She's got a good foot underneath her. She's really sound. A calf that maybe just isn't quite as stout, isn't quite as level hipped as the calves above her. Got to admire this red calf that rounds out the class for how stout she is, how much mass she has. She's got a tremendous rib shape to her. A calf that gets a little bit round in that front end. She likes to roll a little bit coming out of that front shoulder, but I think a calf that got lots of power to her.
Well, thank you, Tyler. So results from our third and final split of senior heifer calves. Class winner and advancing to our finals is the entry from Ultra Livestock and Tyson Scott Ultra Miss Test 12J, entry 1987. And also advancing from Rancier Farms, entry 1938, RF Flirt 148J. Third in class, entry 1944 from Rosilvia Cattle Company, Miss and West Gold Farms, Miss Russ Gold Tulsa 25J. In fourth place from Cityview Simmentals, Cityview Gemma, entry 1898. In fifth place, entry 1911, RJY Trinity 8J. That's exhibited by High Country Cattle Services. And in sixth, entry 1932, Dunk Miss Jewel 601J from Pearson Farms. So to reintroduce our top two from each of our three splits from our first split, our class winner, entry 2038 from Greenwood Cattle and Hagel Livestock with NGDB Cream Soda 354J. Second in that class, entry 1893, Black Gold Miss Soda Pop 134J from Black Gold Simmental. From our second split, class winner, entry number 1899 from Cityview Simmentals with Cityview Miss Jewel 66J. Second in our second split, entry 1988 from Walgren Farms with WF Cream Soda 64J. And from our third and final split, your class winner from Ultra Livestock and Tyson Scott, Ultra Miss Test 12J, that was entry 1987. And second in that class from Rancier Farms, RF Flirt 148J, that was entry 1938. So we're going to declare our champion and reserve champion senior heifer calves that will qualify to participate in our championship final drive representing the Simmental breed. Our next class up should be our junior yearlings. Make sure you're ringside.
We are here at Farm Fair International in the Martin Deerline show ring. Well, Martin Deerline has the equipment to take care of all your needs. New or new to you, visit martindeerline.com to browse their inventory today. Martin Deerline, the official tractor supplier of Farm Fair International.
To your tracks, love. I wish that I am your last love. The dream comes to me like a memory, and I rise above, and I rise above once again.
We'll have comments on this hotly contested senior division from Judge Tyler Libke.
Well, that was quite a division of heifer calves. You know, one class after another, those top quality females just kept coming at me. I definitely think that these exhibitors need a round of applause for that group of heifer calves. You know, I hope you can see kind of a little bit of consistency in what I'm doing for the kind of type of cattle that I like, the type of cattle that I like to breed. I think these heifer calves, all 6 of them display that really well. I'm really happy with all 6 of them. I'm really happy to take each one of them home. And I think that's kind of how I'm going to go out and select the 2 that I think come to the top, or the 2 that if I had a choice, I would back up the trailer and take home for myself.
Well, I agree, Tyler. I'd take all 6 of them. All 6 of them. Ladies and gentlemen, Tyler is going to go out and select his senior and reserve senior heifer calf champion. Congratulations to Riley on the halter. Your senior heifer calf champion is Ultra Livestock and Tyson Scott's entry Ultra Miss Test 12J. Congratulations. She will be your senior heifer calf champion. And reserve is going to Greenwood Cattle and Hagel Livestock with NGDB Cream Soda 354J. Congratulations to the boys on halter of those top 2 heifers in a hotly contested division final. And of course, those 2 will advance to our championship. Congratulations once again to senior heifer calf champion Ultra Miss Test 12J, exhibited by Ultra Livestock and Tyson Scott, as well as reserve Greenwood Cattle and Hagel Livestock with NGDB Cream Soda 354J. Our next class will be the junior yearling heifers, those born in 2020. So for Judge Libke's purposes, these 5 heifers are in our junior division. Our age range is from the 14th of February to the 2nd of March. If you're following along in your show program, entry 1905 was moved to the percentage, so we'll call her a scratch in this class. So do scratch 1905. She showed in the percentage class.
Bow Valley Genetics offers export embryo collection and transfer services that can be done at the farm or at their facility just north of Crossfield. Also, Bow Valley Genetics offers in vitro fertilization within their lab in-house, an innovative and effective way to add value to your program. Daryl Leppa, and when I said north of Crossfield, I meant more in the Brooks area. Bow Valley Genetics in the Brooks area as well as just around Regina as well. Bow Valley Genetics, proud supporter of Farm for International 2021.
South of that old man in a dark cafe. Asked him what he's living for. Said not much these days. You are young, you best be on your way. If you want to be a fiddler someday, you better get to practicing before you're old and gray, and your best years slip away. All day and on into the night. Got there just before the shining early morning light. When it was such a sight. Is you're gonna be a fiddler someday. But you better get to practicing before you're old and gray, and your best years slip away.
They were young as we are young. They served, giving freely of themselves. To them we pledge, amid the winds of time, to carry their torch and never forget. We will remember them. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, in Hall B, just before we complete our Remembrance Day commemoration, Winton Brandel, who is one of our outstanding junior exhibitors here at Farm for International, and he's been around this place his entire life, has written his own reflection with respect to Remembrance Day, and I'd like to share it with you. It's entitled, "For the Red and White Flag." And it's Landon Brandel. I think I said Winton. It's Landon. Sorry, folks. For the red and white flag, you sacrifice your life. For the red and white flag, you made peace in our country. For the red and white flag, you fought for your life. For the red and white flag, you made a safe place to grow. For the red and white flag, you put all your effort in for us. For the red and white flag, you left your family to fight. For the red and white flag, you ran on Juno Beach, knowing the end. For the red and white flag, you took over Vimy Ridge as a team. For you, we remember those that were lost. For you, we wear a poppy. At last, we thank you. And thank you, Landon, for, as one of our youngest citizens, making sure that we all remember. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe we're ready with comments now from our judge in Simmental ring number 1. Here's Tyler Libke.
I think a real exciting individual to start off this yearling division here. The black blaze face female they used to start the class. She's really complete. She's really eye-catching. She's got lots of eye appeal, real feminine female, real bold sprung, real complete, well-balanced female as you move on back. She moves really well. I like the foot under this heifer. Teat placement looks good. Just a real complete individual to start the class. Another black blaze female to use the second place. She's real stout made heifer, really complete female as well. She's really well balanced. A female that maybe just gives up a little bit of that, a little bit of that look at me presence that first place female has. A real long-bodied, stout-made heifer in third place here. Heifer that's real elegant through that front end. She's got a good square hip under her. Really like the udder that's coming down underneath this female. A female that I would like to change right at the ground and how she sets that hoof down. Give her a little bit more heel to place any higher today. Probably the stoutest heifer in the class in fourth place. A female that's really bold sprung. She's got a big top on her, big hip, lots of lower quarter to her. A female that I would like to just change a little bit on the move. She's wanting to roll a little bit coming off those front wheels and just give her a little bit more reach with that back leg to place any higher today. A real useful female to round out the class, a female that's really sound structured, a female that's got a good foot under. I like the udder that's coming underneath this female, a female that just gets outpowered. She doesn't have the mass in the body and the lower third to place any higher today. Thank you.
Thank you, Tyler. So we're going to call this our Junior Yearling Championship, but just to be clear, the top 2 heifers from this class will need to come in for an overall Yearling Championship. That's how our monies will be allocated. So we consider these our junior and reserve junior champion, but they will need to come in for an overall Yearling Championship. So that junior yearling title goes to the entry from Tidy Livestock, Tidy's Elegance 25H, entry 1981. And our reserve junior yearling champion, entry 1891, Black Gold Miss Soda Pop 200H, and that is exhibited by Black Gold Semitals, Westman Farms, and Mark Landon Cattle. In third place from T-Mac Cattle Company with New Trend I'm Fancy, 15H, that was entry 1979. In fourth entry 1962, SMRT Miss Queen Bee, 17H from SMRT Livestock. And in fifth place entry 1974 from Sunstar Semitals, that is Sunstar Boss Lady 40H. So again, just to be clear, those were our junior champion yearlings. They will come in for an overall yearling class after our senior class right now that is currently in the ring. These are our senior yearlings. Judge Lipke, the age range is from the 1st of January to 6th of January to the 1st of February.
And folks in Martin Deerline, ring number 1, we're moving now into our Limousin Bull Show. This first class is the Percentage Bull Show. And these are the only percentage bulls that are entered, so they will not only be bull calf and reserve bull calf champion, they'll also be grand and reserve grand champion Limousin bulls once Judge Doug Roxburgh has them placed. And then we'll move into our purebred breed show. Ring number 1, Limousin Show. And ladies and gentlemen, in ring number 1, Judge Doug Roxburgh is ready now to comment on his grand and reserve grand champion percentage bulls. Folks, here's Doug.
Well, 2 really nice bulls to start off the bull show here in the Limousin side. I think this red bull kind of just came to the top of the class. You know, both these bulls kind of fought the halter a little bit. So when you're analyzing them on the move, you were looking for maybe just a little bit more, you know, expression in through that movement. But as they started to settle just a little bit, you started to see this red bull soften a little bit more. You know, he's a bull that's just got an ribble length. You just appreciate how tight he is through that shoulder. He's extremely well balanced, and I just love how he carries that depth of muscle to him and that expression down as deep as he does. Just a really nice overall powerful bull in this red bull to win the class. Nothing to take away from the black bull in second. I think a bull that, you know, maybe was just a little bit piecey for me here today. You know, a bull that just was a rib shorter in terms of his length, but once he stopped fighting that halter and you watched him get out on the move, you just really appreciated how correct and structurally sound he was as he got out and traveled in that lower third of his body when he was just really deep-sided, just a bull that kind of put a lot of pieces together. Maybe it was just a little bit shorter ribbed compared to the bull that won the class, but really two tremendous bulls.
Thank you very much, Judge Roxburgh. In ring number 1, our grand champion percentage bull, also the champion percentage bull calf, is entry number 1585. XL Ranches Limited, XL Pole Jetstream 22J. And reserve champion is entry 1586. The Miller family of Westlock, Alberta, with XL Pole Jailbird 49J. XL Ranches with both grand and reserve percentage bull. Also the champion and reserve champion percentage bull calf. Our next class into the ring will be our first class of the purebred show. It's a single entry class, so it will also double as our junior champion bull, and it is the junior bull division. UFA is proud of their rural roots, and they know being a cooperative means more than just business. That's why each year they invest back into the communities they serve. Visit ufa.com today.
Take me over to the north side so I can find my way. Lord knows I've walked the south streets, I've wasted hearts and days. So take it all, take everything from me and bring it on.
And in our Limousin show in ring number 1, Judge Roxburgh, your class is complete.
Towns of grit and pride, let me check my own soul. I've nowhere left to hide, and take it all, take everything from me and bring it on. It's because I am just a wandering man that I need you now to take my legs, or else I'll ramble on until I wreck the song. Take it all to set me free, I beg. Take me to a hilltop castle, to a room all draped in white. Give me some familiar faces so I know I'll be alright. Then take it all, take everything from me, then bring it on. It's because I am just a wandering man that I need you now to take my legs, or else I'll ramble on until I wreck the song. Take it all to set me free, I beg.
And Judge Doug Roxburgh is ready for comments on his single entry junior bull calf class.
Well, just a single entry here in this class, but I think a calf that's got some extension and through that front end, you just appreciate that length of spine that he has. You can start to see, even though he's not the the largest bull here today, he's got some expression up through that muscle, and he just carries himself extremely well. I think a bull that's just young in his development, but a bright future ahead.
Thank you very much, Judge Roxburgh. Our junior bull calf champion is Kowalczuk's Jester, entry number 1580 for Bar Diamond K cattle at Willingdon, Alberta. Kowalczuk's Jester will be coming back in for our grand champion bull class. Congratulations to MacArthur Kowalczuk and the crew of Willingdon, Alberta, entry 1580, our junior bull calf champion. Our largest class of the Limousin Show this year is coming into the ring next. It is our senior bull calf class, and will feature 5 bulls, all born in January. And Judge Roxburgh, your class is complete.
Where kings are pouring paupers' rent. Take away my trembling fingers. I'll take away that faithful itch. It's because I am just a wandering man that I need you now to take my legs. Or else I'll ramble on until I wreck the song. Take it all to set me free, I beg.
And now with comments on our senior yearling heifer, please welcome Judge Tyler Lipke.
Take it all to set me free, I beg.
Another really strong class of yearling heifers. I apologize for taking a little bit more time here. I just wanted to get them heifers out on the move one more time. Started the class off with this black heifer that's extremely complete. A heifer that's moderate. She's quite moderate. She's very, very moderate for me, to be honest with you. But I think the heifer that you just can't pick a hole in. She's complete. She's well balanced. She's bold sprung. She's got a lot of rib to her. She's ideal in her hip structure and lots of lower quarter. That udder she's dropping is going to be ideal. I like her feet. She's good on the move. Like I said, you just really can't pick a hole in this female. The red heifer in second place here. She probably follows my first place heifer as close as anything in the class for type and kind, and that's why she falls in the second hole here. But a really high quality female, a female that's big square hip on her. She's dropping a really nice up. I like her on the move. She's got a good foot underneath of her. Just a really useful kind of a female that fits nicely into the second hole. Get into the biggest, most powerful heifer in the class in the third hole here. A heifer that I really like. I think this heifer is going to produce bulls for this young man, and I think that's kind of what this business is all about. A female that is really stout made. She's level top. She's good on the move. I like her udder. A female that's probably just a bit heavy right now for where I'd like to see her at 12 o'clock, but a female that's going to make a tremendous cow. Female down in fourth place, another high quality individual. A female that I really like on the move. She's sound in her structure. She's going to have a nice udder drop underneath her. A female that maybe just gets a little bit flatter in her muscle shape, a little bit narrower pinned as compared to the 3 heifers above her. But, a female that I think is going to make a tremendous cow. A really stout made heifer to round out the class, probably as powerful as anything. She's really big bodied. She's big hipped. A female that I'd like to just clean up a little bit in that brisket. She's starting to roll a little bit off those front wheels. Female that's probably just a little bit heavy to be 12 o'clock again today. Thank you.
Thank you, Tyler. So your senior yearling champion is entry 1927, Mater Violet 49H, exhibited by Mater Ranches and KCH Cattle. Your reserve senior yearling heifer entry 1931 from Martin Cattle Services with Mater Lady 24H. And third in class from Rockin' M Livestock, that's RF Miss 085H, entry 1943. And fourth in class entry 1989, WF Sheila 27H from Walgren Farms. And in fifth place entry 1969 from Southpaw Cattle Company, we have Paw Black Harley 030H. We're now going to declare our overall champion and reserve champion yearling heifers. So from our first split, the younger heifers, our junior champion was Tidy's Elegance 25H, entry 1981 from Tidy Livestock, and Black Gold Miss Soda Pop 200H, exhibited by Black Gold Scimitals, Westman Farms, and Mark Landon Cattle. That was entry 1974. And from our most recent class, entry 1927, Mater Violet 49H from Mater Ranches and KCH Cattle. In our reserve senior champion yearling, Mater Lady 24H, exhibited by Martin Cattle Services. That was entry 1931.
Another of our major sponsors at Farm Fair International is AFSC, whose livestock price insurance coverage for your cattle or hog operation helps you manage the risk of market volatility. Ask an AFSC rep how you can reduce some stress with LPI, their livestock price insurance.
Running down Thompson Ridge in old blue jeans, a triple backflip off a rusted tire swing, broken arm and trophy scars. Oh, that's one hell of a way to win a heart. It might kill him before we're done. At least it keeps us young. Young like summer nights, dancing around in circles, bathing in the moonlight. Young when you fall so fast, busy being 17 and hoping this love lasts. It might kill us before we're done. Love keeps us young. He was smoking those cigarettes down by the dock and racing my dad's Corvette against the clock. A 1950 classic red, that slow push phone buzz in our head. It might kill me before we're done. At least it keeps us young. Young like summer nights, dancing around in circles, bathing in the moonlight. Young when you fall so fast, busy being 23 and hoping this love lasts. It might kill us before we're done. Love keeps us young. Open arms, falling hard, can't keep up with this pace for long. I know I'll still want you when
Well, now we're excited to hear comments on this tough overall champion yearling class from Judge Tyler Lipke.
You know, I think we got two pretty unique, pretty exceptional individuals that won both of these yearling divisions. It's definitely the most difficult decision I've made so far today, selecting between these two individuals. And you know, I'm going to pick one, and it's my opinion today. And if you ask me in an hour, I might second guess myself. And you know, if you pick a different one, I'm not going to argue with you. I'll probably might even argue for you. I think these two individuals are that close. It kind of depends what you want, what you're looking for. But like I said, congratulations to all the exhibitors in this division, especially the two that bred and produced these two exciting individuals.
Congratulations to Mater Violet 49H, exhibited by Mater Ranches and KCH Cattle. Entry 1927 will be your overall champion yearling heifer. Congratulations, Hawken. You've been tied to that heifer for a very long time, and she's done a great job for you. Again, Mater Violet 49H will be your overall champion champion yearling female. And your reserve goes to our class winner from the first class, Ty D Livestock with Ty D Elegance, 25H, entry 1981.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, in our Martin Deerline ring number 1, our judge has given our showman quite a workout, and we're going to hear his comments now on the senior bull calf class, also the senior bull calf championship. Judge Doug Roxburgh.
Well, I think the comment was made over in the Simmental show that you could place this class very differently, and we have a lot of conversation about, these bulls all the way through, and I would certainly probably argue, that I could change up the way I've placed this class here. But I think for me, the bull that wins the class here, he's maybe a little bit more of a rugged bull in terms of his presentation, but I really would challenge you to find a fault. When you've got a bull that's got this much overall mass and dimension and shape, he's maybe a rib shorter in terms of his length compared to the two bulls below him. But I think a bull that's just really, really well balanced and complete. And for me, he gets out and travels extremely well. I just appreciate the masculinity that he's starting to show and the development he has and how he can still get out and track so well with so much mass and development in him. I think that for me was just kind of how he found his way to the top. These two bulls that kind of come in second and third, I think they're bulls that are really, really highly well presented. You just appreciate the overall dimension that they have. They were bulls that maybe just got a little bit tighter in through that belly, maybe a little tighter in through that stifle compared to the bull in the class, but again, bulls that got out and traveled extremely well. We can start to see some testicular development within these bulls. That bull in third, he is the longest bull, in terms of that side profile. For me, he gave up some of that depth of body to kind of balance out with that length that he had. But, this bull in second, bull in third, and then this bull that led off the class, I think you guys could flip-flop these, depending on how you view it from the side profile out in the ring. But I think just three exceptional bulls that really start off the class. This bull here in fourth, not to take anything away from him, he's very rugged, he's masculine, he's got a lot of dimension and shape. He maybe just gets a little bit tighter up through that stifle compared to the bulls above him, but a bull that's just laying down a lot of red meat. And then this bull that rounds out the class, he's a highly well presented bull. It was a bull for me that maybe just got a little bit piecier. I appreciated him so much up through that front end. He just got a little bit tighter through that heart girth, to balance him out compared to the bulls above him, but a really strong set of bulls from top to bottom.
And thank you very much, Judge Roxburgh. First place in this class on our senior bull calf champion, advancing back to our grand champion class entry 1601, NEM John Wick, 25J. From Brandon and Samantha Nemitz of Richmond Ranch, Rumsey, Alberta. John Wick will be back, and he'll be joined by Invictus, entry number 1583, B-Bar VLE Invictus, 21JET. From the Boons and the Burgesses of B-Bar Cattle at Lucky Lake, Saskatchewan, and Venture Livestock, Wayne and Ann Brene Burgess of Carstairs. In third spot, Venture and B-Bar with entry number 1581, B-Bar VLE Matrix 13JET. In fourth place, Richmond Ranch with entry 1600. The Nemitz family again of Rumsey, Alberta, and of Richmond Ranch with NEM John Dutton 6J. And in fifth spot, Venture and B-Bar again with B-Bar VLE Fugitive 8J entry 1582 from the Boons of Lucky Lake and Burgesses of Carstairs. We have a single entry yearling coming into the ring now to represent our yearling bulls in the Simmental show. It's a single entry class and also represents our yearling bull championship.
Well, and Rob, Over in our Martin Deer line, ring number 2, we have our 2-year-old Simmental female class. This is class 18. We do not have any mature females, so for Judge Libke, this is our senior champion female class. So 3 entries in this class. These are all 2-year-olds. There is no mature class, so this will be our senior championship.
Davis Reardon sources high-quality genetics for their clients for international markets. Davis Reardon has been exporting embryos around the world for over 30 years. With new ownership, Dr. Adam Shireman as well as Dr. Roger Davis, I hope they'll be around over the course of the next few days, likely on Supreme Saturday. If you see them, please take the time to talk about the services provided by Davis Reardon and thank them for their long-term association and support of Farm for International. And Judge Roxburgh is ready for comments now on his junior yearling champion. Folks, Doug Roxburgh.
Just a single entry here in this class, but I think a bull that's extremely well put together. You just appreciate how he's got that expression in through that muscle shape and the length of spine. He ties it together in a really nice package. I think just a really deep-sided bull that's got a lot of good about him. Sure could have stood to use the competition here today.
Thank you very much, Doug. Our yearling champion is entry number 1591, JYF Hacker 100H from J. Yorga Farms Limited of Flintoff, Saskatchewan. J. Yorga Farms has our junior champion bull, and we'll see JYF Hacker 100H in our grand champion bull class. Entry 1591, our class winner and our junior champion. Single entry class coming up next as well, which will represent our senior bulls. And then we'll be right into our Limousin grand champion class.
We'll now have comments on our senior Simmental championship from Judge Libke.
I think 3 really strong 2-year-olds here in the Simmental side of things. This is when things really get fun for me. When you get to see these females in production, I think this is kind of what it's all about. And these 3 have really outdone themselves in their first effort. I started off with this black baldy cow that I absolutely love. She's extremely complete. She's got a big solid foot under. I love the way she tracks out. I like the udder underneath this female. She's really bold sprung. She's got a big top on her, level hip. Just really complete. Bull calf in front of her, real long, stretchy bull. Bull that's real stout, got lots of quarter to him, lots of top. A good foot underneath this bull. Just a really, really, really solid pair. Red pair in second place here, another tremendous pair of cattle. I really like the udder underneath this cow. I really like the cow in terms of her shape and her design. A female that just does get outpowered by the leadoff cow just a hair. I'd like to give her a little bit bigger foot size to compete with the cow above her, but a really strong individual. Real heavy duty bull calf in front of her, real stout made, just a tremendous first effort. Black pair down in third, certainly a really nice cow. I really like the udder under this cow. Good-footed cow that gets out and moves really well. Cow that definitely gets outpowered, but I think one that's really eye-appealing. Bull calf in front of her gives up a little bit of the performance, a little bit of the lower third to the 2 calves above them. But an exceptional class of 2-year-old females.
Thank you, Tyler. So our senior champion Simmental female entry 1937 from Rancier Farms with RF Scream 974G and RF Holler 1130J at side. Reserve senior champion female entry 1926 Mater Lady 50G from Mater Ranches Ultra Livestock and JK Fraser. In third place, GFD Caught Ya Lookin' 1G. That was entry 1942 with calf at side RCS. Just Lookin' 1J from Red Creek Simmentals. Our next class up over in the Martin Deerline ring number 2 is going to be the lineup of our champions for the Simmental Show.
And in ring number 1, our Limousin ring, folks, this is our senior bull class, and commenting, Judge Doug Roxburgh.
Well, again, just a single entry here, but I think a bull that could have stood to use a lot of competition. You know, when you analyze this bull, you can't really fault him for much. He just gets out and travels extremely well. You appreciate that dimension he has and how he pulls that down into that stifle extremely well. You know, he's bold enough up through that shoulder, but still tight enough made in terms of how he comes into that neck and head up through that front end, and you just appreciate, you know, that overall depth of side that he carries. He's maybe, you know, arguably a rib shorter compared to some of the yearling bulls or we saw earlier today, but in his own right, he's an extremely sound, well put together bull.
Thank you very much, Doug. Our senior champion bull, first in this class, and our Limousin senior champion bull, entry 1592, Anchor B Gold Rush 48G from Jeffrey Yorga and Yorga Farms, J. Yorga Farms Limited. We'll be seeing Gold Rush come right back into the ring for our grand champion class. And we'll reintroduce you to all those contenders, but first, in ring number 2, our Martin Deerline Simmental Show, I believe Tracy has a set of female champions to introduce you to.
Well, and what a set it is, and we definitely need to introduce them again. From our junior heifer calf division, our champion, BLI RNBW Scream 86J, that was entry 1952, exhibited by SIBL Simmentals and Rainbow Red Angus. Our reserve junior champion heifer calf, JT Dirty Affair 34J from JT Livestock, entry 1919. Our intermediate heifer calf champion lineup, leading it off, RF Cream Soda 1132J from Rancier Farms. That was entry 1940. And our reserve intermediate heifer calf champion, entry 1921, LRE Lady J from LRE Simmental Farm. And our senior heifer calves, our champion overall in that age division was Ultra Miss Tess 12J, entry 1987, exhibited by Ultra Livestock and Tyson Scott. Our reserve senior heifer calf champion, NGDB Cream Soda 354J, exhibited by Greenwood Cattle and Hagel Livestock. That was entry 2038. We move then into our overall yearling championship. Taking the title there was Mater's Violet 49H from Mater Ranches and KCH Cattle. That was entry 1927. Our reserve champion, exhibited by Ty D Livestock with entry 1981, she was Ty D's Elegance 25H. And from our most recent category, the division, of course, where our pairs exist, that is our senior championship, RF Scream 974G and RF Holler 1130J took the title as entry 1937, exhibited by Rancier Farms. And our reserve senior champion, Mater Lady 50G, she was number 1927, and that's exhibited by the team of Mater Ranches, Ultra Livestock, and J.K. Fraser. Ladies and gentlemen, that is our championship lineup. Let's give them a round of applause over here in Martin Deerline, ring number 2.
Well, and folks, that applause can carry right over into ring number 1. In your ring now for the Limousin Show is our grand champion bull class. Our junior bull calf champion is Kowalczuk's Jester, entry number 1580 from MacArthur Kowalczuk of Willingdon, Alberta, part of Bar Diamond K Cattle. Moving into our senior bull calf champions, Richmond Ranch. Brandon and Samantha Nemitz and the Richmond crew of Rumsey, Alberta, have NEM John Wick 25J as our senior bull calf champion, entry 1601. And reserve is B-Bar VLE Invictus 21JET, entry 1583 for Venture Livestock of Carstairs and B-Bar Cattle. The Boone family of Lucky Lake is our reserve senior bull calf champion. Our junior champion bull is entry number 1591, JYF Hacker 100H from Jeffrey Yorga and J. Yorga Farms Limited of Flintoff, Saskatchewan. And our senior champion bull, also from J. Yorga, entry 1592, Anchor B Gold Rush 48G from the Yorga crew of Flintoff, Saskatchewan and J. Yorga Farms Limited. In ring number 1 is your grand champion Limousin bull class for Judge Doug Roxburgh. And in our Limousin ring number 1, we're ready with comments on his Grand Champion bull class. Here is Doug Roxburgh, our judge.
Well, we spoke about these bulls in their individual classes and, kind of analyzed them individually earlier. I'm pretty much wrapped up here after this. I just wanted to thank the Limousin Association for having me out to evaluate the cattle. I'm a little bit spoiled in the sense that what I do during the day, I get to travel around and see a lot of bulls in a lot of different pens from a lot of different breeds. And I will tell you, and I've said this to a lot of commercial producers, and I'll say it here today, I think the depth of quality and the consistency of quality in the pens of bulls within this Limousin breed is truly exceptional. And as people sitting out, ringside, I really do challenge you to come out and visit with these producers, because I think the quality of cattle that they've been able to assemble, not just here today, but back at the farms that they run during the day, is truly exceptional. And I would put the quality of the cattle in the Limousin breed against any of them. You get kind of overlooked a little bit compared with some of the other breeds, just in terms of size and stuff like that and what have you. But I think when we saw some of these classes start to get a few more numbers, we started to appreciate the overall depth of quality that is within this breed itself. So I truly take my hat off to you guys as exhibitors and breeders. I'll shut up. I'm going to select my champion and my reserve. But again, thank you very much for having me out here today.
And ladies and gentlemen, Judge Doug Roxburgh is on the walk now in search of his Grand Champion Limousin bull. And our senior champion will be our Grand Champion, entry 1592, Anchor B Gold Rush 48G for Jeffrey Yorga and J. Yorga Farms Limited is our Grand Champion and will be representing the Limousin breed on Supreme Saturday. Congratulations, J. Yorga Farms Limited. Anchor B Gold Rush 48G, entry 1592 is our Grand Champion Limousin bull. And the reserve will be our senior bull calf champion, entry 1601, NEM John Wick 25J for Richmond Ranch, the Richmond and Nemitz families. Congratulations, entry 1601. Our senior bull calf champion is reserve grand champion. You can count on John Wick. Well, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of excitement is building in ring number 1. Ring number 2, and you're going to hear about it now from our judge, Tyler Libke, on his Grand Champion female class. Certainly one of the most exciting classes at Farm Fair International 2021.
Wow. Tremendous lineup of females. If this lineup of females doesn't get you excited about this Simmental breed, I think you better check your pulse, because this is about what it's all about. It's extremely difficult judging within your own breed, but it's something I love to do. These are my type of cattle. What you see out here, these are the type of cattle that I try to raise. I think I've tried to pick them just how I like to breed them. Hopefully you can see some consistency in what I've done and the type and the kind that I like, the type and kind that I think work in the industry that we're in, work in the commercial industry. I think that's what it all stems from. And those cattle work in the show ring here too. And it's all one big circle, and we've all got to work together, and that's what it's all about. It's a whole lot of fun. It gets extremely exciting when you're in my position here right now. Like I said, I love looking at cattle. I love evaluating cattle. Talking about cattle, I'm maybe not quite as good at it as some of the guys out there, but I sure enjoy doing it. For this set of females, like I said, this is as good as it gets out here, guys. So I'm gonna go pick 2 that I would love to own.
Well, congratulations to our senior champion. That's RF Scream 974J from Rancier Farm.